Today I will arrange a battle of people who will live on a small but very rich island against people who will survive on the island of a huge wasteland. And between these islands there is a wall that I will remove after a while, and I will settle the first people on the richest island. And we will also populate our hot territory of our martyrs. In the laws of the world, we will turn off natural disasters and various other disasters. And of the epochs, we will leave only the era of hope, and everything else can be safely turned off. In principle, everything is ready in technical terms. Now we are watching our development. Let's give our island a little bit of stones now, because after all, it's still rich. I want to rename the settlement, which is located on a huge island in survivors. Well, the settlement, which is located on a small island, we will call Lucky. The lucky ones immediately have several houses built here. They already have 18 people. In principle, everything is fine here. The survivors are not so bad. They have already established a second settlement. They have already built a few houses for themselves. But the lucky ones, unfortunately, have a limited territory, but they have very good resources. I think they can even be helped now. Give them some adamantium. Also some stones, resources. We will give them more bushes so that they have food. I also suggest experimenting with biomass somehow and adding a little mushroom biome and lemon biome to them. The survivors have already established a third settlement. After all, they have a lot of territory, and that's why I think the survivors will lead in terms of population. But in terms of culture and development, the lucky ones will be much stronger. The survivors founded 2 more settlements. They have already more or less equipped the second settlement. Our lucky ones have already built the first mill and already have an army. Oh, look, black sheep. OMG, our survivors have already established as many as 7 settlements. But the lucky ones are a little behind. They've already run out of stones, so I think they could use them right now. Look at how they have already arranged the settlement. In principle, not bad. Everything is very awesome. I probably think that our survivors are even much stronger than the lucky ones. But this is understandable by the size of the population. They have mined so many stones and at the same time they have not yet a single stone house. It's kind of weird. The survivors had an uprising, some blue people rebelled. In fact, this can have a very bad effect in the future. Let's see what we have on cultures. The survivors have only 9, but the lucky ones have 19. The survivors are now heading out and trying to eliminate this rebellious settlement. The lucky ones do not develop at all, although they have a lot of resources. I think now they can expand the island a little bit because this is the main reason why they are not developing. Let's add some food and resources to them in the form of a stone. The lucky ones already have a second settlement. The survivors are doing fine so far. Look, there are already stone houses. They also built a stone town hall. According to the cultures, the survivors are starting to catch up with the lucky ones a little bit at a time. There is already a gap of almost 11 levels. Look at how the survivors have already built up well. They have stone improved houses in every settlement. Thus, the lucky ones with whom I gave all the resources and all the best that the survivors do not have. And so the survivors had an uprising. I think this is the right moment to remove the walls and build a bridge. That's it. Excuse me, you will have to destroy the boats. I think everything. Let's go. As we can see, the seizure of these territories is immediately underway. The lucky ones have declared war on our survivors and now there will be a massive battle. OMG, look at what a huge army there is. It's unclear what's even going on here. Look, they're breaking through. Despite the fact that the survivors outnumbered the army, the lucky ones still killed them all. Wow, they abruptly declared a truce. I want blood and meat, so fight. In fact, our lucky ones have a very strong army, so he easily kills the entire enemy army. The lucky ones just capture settlement after settlement, and gradually they are already beginning to break into the capital, but then they are met with resistance and our lucky ones just killed them for once or twice. It's just him. They just destroyed them. A pathetic little island manages to capture such large territories. The survivors have almost no army left and probably it's GG guys. Despite the fact that the survivors had a huge population and a huge army, they still lost to our lucky ones. The kingdom of the survivors was destroyed. As you can see, people who lived on a small but very rich island. We were able to defeat people who lived on a huge territory, but at the same time had the most minimal resources. Well, according to the tradition of our channel, we will blow everything to hell here. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Good luck to everyone and